Good morning and welcome back to the recorded session. Children, today we are going to recapitulate lesson number 13, Time and Motion. As you all are already aware, what is time? We have already done the definition of time, that time is the gap between two successive events. Also, in this topic, we have learned that how time is being measured, or what is the criteria for measuring the time. In this, we learned about the periodic motion, or you can say the periodic events which take place at regular intervals of time. And keeping in mind this, we make use of simple pendulum. Now, what the different instruments that are used to measure time are clocks and watches in our contemporary world. Apart from these, in ancient times, when these instruments were not there, at that time, time was measured by making use of the natural resources like the sun, the sand, the sun in the form of sundial and sand in the form of sand clock. Now children, the second topic in this chapter is motion. You are already aware what is motion. When a body changes its position with respect to time, we say that a body is in motion. So here you can understand that there is a relationship between time and motion. So keeping in mind these two terms, time and motion, we have learned a new word called speed. So what is speed? Speed is the distance covered by a body in time taken. Or you have learned the formula that speed is equal to distance upon time taken. We have also learned about the various instruments that are used to calculate the speed of your car. On the dashboard of your cars, you must have seen two circular rings showing the speedometer and the odometer. The speedometer helps you to know the speed at which your car is moving, and the odometer helps you to know the distance it has traveled. So here we know that there is a relationship between distance and time. Distance means what? Length. We have done length. How do we measure length? And you know the SI unit of length also. The SI unit of length is meters. And what is the SI unit of time? Seconds. So if I want to apply this unit for speed, what will be the unit that I am going to use for speed? Yes, you are correct. Where I have written distance, I am going to write meter. And where I have written time, I am going to write seconds. So the unit of speed is meter per second. Also children, we have learned that when a body is moving, it keeps changing its speed, isn't it? It cannot remain constant. When we talk about constant speed, actually we are talking about uniform motion, right? That a body is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time when moving on a straight path. Or I say that the car is moving at a constant speed. But what about when your car is moving in traffic? Will it be possible to drive at a constant speed? No, isn't it? It won't be possible. At that time, the speed of the car keeps changing. Or I can say it is variable speed, or a new term, that is non-uniform motion. The speed keeps changing. So for uniform motion and non-uniform motion, we have also learned the distance time graph. The distance time graph is actually a pictorial representation which tells us, just by looking at the graph, looking at the two axes, the x-axis and the y-axis, just by looking at the graph, we come to know the speed of the vehicle and whether it is moving at a constant speed or It is moving with a variable speed. I hope you have understood the chapter. See you next time. Thank you.